YouTube, thank you for tuning back into another tutorial. We are back with another, and this is going to be one of those wave cuts, right, where the hair isn't necessarily straight, the hair isn't super coarse and really curly. The hair is kind of at that medium Hispanic wave length, right? So I like to go ahead and approach whatever guard you choose to use for your client. In this case, we're using the 3. I like to do the number 3 first when I have the lever wide open, because it's going to give just like, it's a little safer to cut, right? That's one of the things I learned from watching Jeezy's channel year after year, is any kind of wave cut, any kind of forward brush cut, it's always a smart idea to start with the lever open and play it safe around the crown. Then you can kind of make that call all around for the rest of the head if you want to close the lever and go a little bit tighter just to make the waves pop a little more. But yeah, man, we're gonna do a with the grain haircut all the way around. And again, with the grain means that if the hair is growing forward, we cut forward. If it's growing down, we cut down. If it's growing to the left, we cut left, so on and so forth. So go ahead, even out the rest of this head here, going down with the grain. And the next step that we're gonna be doing is debulking. So let me catch in with you guys there. So now that we went ahead and took care of the with the grain, the trim, now we're gonna have to go ahead and just set a foundation to make it easier for us to go in and do a detailed fade. So, you know, in this case, I took the same guard length that I did with the grain up on the top, and I'm doing it against the grain on the side, so that way I could still maintain the hair pretty dark, but I wanna get it lower and down to a nice even length that will allow me to just be able to get to the scalp, right? I can cut through and set my guidelines for fading. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and remove some of the bulk on the sides, and we'll get to the guidelines for the fade shortly. Yep, so now we're setting that bottom guideline. And I like to do it with the clipper all the way closed. Now, some of you may be more familiar and comfortable doing it with the trimmer. You can definitely do so. But the point is, we're gonna have to set, regardless of the tool that you choose to use, we have to set our shortest point of the haircut here at this point. You know, so I'm setting this bald line really low. If you notice, I'm keeping it low so I can have the majority of the sideburn curve right there, the C-cup. I want to leave that so that way I could have a nice sharp edge at the end of the cut and maintain that appearance of a low fade. So yeah, if you want to use your trimmers, you can do so. If you want to go clipper closed, you can. Or even if it's like a shadow fade, you know, let's say if it's a number 1 fade that they want on the side, they don't want to go skin tight, you can do that. Just set that thing nice and low. So now the next step of the process, guys, is setting in a guideline that, like, this is where we're determining if our fade is going to be nice and spread out, or if it's going to be a lot more compact. You know, regardless, I like to give at least a finger's width, you know, while I'm putting in this guideline with the half. Now, some of you are going to be more comfortable doing this clipper open. Some of you are going to, like, for example, those of you who are using the 245 clipper and guards, right, how it has the sharper teeth so we can cut a little more precisely. I like setting it in with the half guard close. You know, so it's totally up to you guys. I'm gonna make sure that in the bottom left corner of this video, it's gonna be linked, so that way you guys can have direct access. If you want to get a set of the guards for yourself, if you want to get the clipper for yourself, any of the trimmers, all the tools that we're using today, in the bottom left corner of this video, we're gonna have all the products linked. And now check it out, guys. So again, the fading of this little panel, you can do it now, like I'm gonna be showing you today, or you can do it at the end of the cut. You know, I always say, remember the process, not necessarily memorize the steps, right? So in this case, I'm deciding, hey, while I'm looking at these 2 guidelines and I got it here in front of my face, I'm gonna go ahead and fade it out now. Now for me, since I started with the clipper closed at the bottom, I'm gonna break through the line again with the clipper closed. I'm gonna go ahead and match that. And then as I work my way higher and higher in the fade, I'm gonna go opening my clipper notch by notch. So I'll be starting with the clipper closed and then hit the next notch, then hit the next notch, then hit the next notch. You can't be afraid to remove a good amount of hair, guys. You have to push the line up if you're gonna have any hope of blending it out. You know, that's a little dance that you have to learn to do as you're learning how to cut hair. You know, I remember my cuts always used to have a harsh line at the very bottom because I was too afraid to cut through the line. Just make sure that you don't go past the half guideline that we set in. It's almost like we're coloring within the lines. So we're making progress, man, slowly but surely. That bottom line is faded out, and now we need to find a way to slowly shave down that big dark area of bulk that we have at the top. Now, if you're not comfortable skipping guards, and if you're a new barber, I would encourage you not to do so. Go ahead and grab your 2 guard open, and then your 2 guard closed, and then your 1.5 open and 1 closed, so you can catch up to where I'm at right here. But the point is, we're gonna want to gradually cut this bulk down. So I'm using the 1.5 guard with the lever open, so that way it could be at a softer cut setting. It could leave the hair a little bit longer. And I'm repeating the same motion that I did with the 3 guard. You see how slow I'm moving here? I'm moving straight up and off the head to give it a nice soft finish. I'll do everything I can with the 1.5 guard open, and I will be following up again with the 1.5 guard closed. And do the same thing, cut everything, basically catch all the hair that can be caught with the clipper at that lever setting. Now we're continuing to fade down. Remember, I already went in with my 1.5 open and then my 1.5 closed. So now I'm gonna go in here with the 1 guard open. And again, it's like we're gonna be repeating the same motions over and over again. You know, your 1.5 guard, I went up and off the head. And I'm doing the same thing here with this one. It's just like every time that you move lower in the size of the guard, we're gonna be moving lower and lower on the head. Right, very incrementally stacking our way lower and lower and lower, and then eventually we'll start to see this line is going to start disappearing. So again, just do everything you can with the 1 guard open, up and off the head, close that guard, up and off the head, you know, and then you'll watch this thing start to lighten up. So check it out, we're gonna be doing the same thing again with our next lowest guard, the half guard now. With the 1.5 we did it, with the 1 we did it, now we're gonna do it all over again with the half. I'm gonna start from big, right? I'm gonna have the half guard with the lever all the way open. I'm gonna come up and off the head, let it catch all the hairs that will be caught by that guard. Close the lever, and we're gonna do the same thing. Every time we move to a shorter cutting setting, we are incrementally working our way lower and lower in the fade, slowly but surely bringing all this together. And we're gonna do everything to the best of our ability with this guard here, and after this is done, we're gonna be doing a little bit of detail work, make sure that we catch all the little dark spots that we missed the first time around. These guards, by the way, are not exclusive anymore just to the Tune 45 clipper. I'm gonna have a link in the bottom left corner of this video. You'll see tagged products. So now you can use it with whatever your current clipper preference is. If it's another Babyliss, a Gamma, a Wall, it'll fit all of those. I think the only kind of blade that this is not gonna fit is the Andis blades, right? Because that's just a different whole category of blade, right? Like it's just a bigger blade. It's too wide for these. But yeah, most of your standard clippers, these are gonna work on there. So I'm really happy to announce that. You know, I finally found the link. A lot of y'all have been asking for it, man, but yeah, we got them now. So check it out, man. We are gonna continue fading down. We've got the clipper open all the way down to the clipper closed. So fire, man. Now, if you guys like these kind of tutorials also, we have a free school group that I'm gonna have the link in the description down below. If you guys are familiar with the school app, it's just a dope spot where you have a bunch of different communities, and we have a couple communities on there ourselves. I'm gonna link the free Tomb 45 school because we have all of the educators, right? Like me, Jordan, Sean, Beam, more Fades. You know, we've got all of us putting our videos together in one big catalog, so you can learn from the whole squad there. I'm gonna make sure to put that link there down below, and you'll also see the mentorship link there too. That's where we also host a six-figure barber mentorship if you guys are in a place where you're looking to scale your business. And you know, the Tomb 45 Academy and the Tomb 45 School, that's more focused on how to cut hair. The mentorship is a lot more business. It's all the boring stuff that is not fun to talk about, right? But it's so important for the growth of your business. So both of those, I'm gonna have a link down below for y'all. And you can see here, man, we did everything that we can with this half guard, right? We did the half guard open, we did the half guard closed, and now we're just gonna be doing a little bit of detailing. You know, if the spot, if you see a little spot you're trying to hit with, you know, with the lever open, you know, you're cornering in there, you're trying to hit that, and it doesn't get rid of it, then just try closing the lever a little bit more and go back and attack that same spot using your cornering. And you can just do that over and over and over again. We're gonna continue fading our way down and then prepare the way for the lineup. So let's watch this come together. My lineup prep, man, I like to keep it real simple. I don't like to use a lot of holding sprays. I don't like to use a lot of spritz. I'm just gonna use a high percentage alcohol that's gonna make sure that the oil, the sweat, the grime is off of his head. So I wipe him down first, cool it down with the blow dryer on a cold shot, and then we're gonna move on to bald out the fade while I let this continue to air dry. So I keep it real simple, man. Like I don't have to do too much. This right here, you guys can see, is why I'm a big fan of going in and starting the fade with the clipper all the way closed. You see, like, if I were to go in here with the trimmer first and punched in a really hard line, I would be having to go back and forth between the trimmer with the grain against the grain, the clipper all the way closed, like keep having a dance in between that, and I may accidentally push my fade too high after I put in all that work to fade, right? And get it nice and smooth, how you can see it is now. So for me, starting with the clipper closed allows me to have a smooth and easy finish to the haircut using this trimmer. So, and it's obvious how high it needs to go. I could see that super heavy bulk line right there. Take my trimmers right up to it and just slice through, man. My client doesn't get the shaver, you know, in this case. His skin is a little too sensitive for it, but yeah, man. It is just effortless when you set up properly for the kill shot. So now we're getting ready to do the lineup, and the smoothest, easiest way to go about this, man, is just work your way from the middle and then pick a point. So I'm gonna hit the middle and I'm gonna start working my way now to the left to be able to make sure I catch all of those hairs. Take your time, continue combing through the hair as you line it up. This kind of hair texture can be pretty challenging because the hair wants to like kind of wave and pull away from you. So be very patient, continue to comb it, keep it in place, you know, and you just trust the process, man. If you start in the middle and you work your way to one side, repeat the same process to go to the other side. Then make sure that you step back and observe that lineup from far as well, because we really can fool ourselves, guys. Like, we think that we're such good barbers that if it looks good up close, we're straight. But no, we can't get overconfident. We have to just put a little bit of work and step back and observe. Put a little more work, step back and observe. Look at it from different angles. And even ask your neighbor in the shop for feedback too, bro. I do that. I do that once in a while, at least once a month. I'll turn my head over. I'm like, hey, is this straight? Are we good? You know, like, don't be afraid to ask for help. It's kind of dope having a community like that in your shop that, you know, you guys like help each other and it's not dog eat dog world. But worst case scenario, if your shop ain't like that, if y'all ain't working together, then use your mirror for reference. But look, man, I really love how this is all coming together. Just take your time. Don't rush it. If anything, be efficient with the lineup. If you're going to run behind for anything, run behind for the edge, man. You know, this is what requires all of your time, all of your effort, all of your attention. But again, guys, I really appreciate y'all, man, for sticking to this point of the video. And if you did, now look, you join that free school group down below, you're gonna have a free gift. The first thing that you're gonna see is a free gift from our team to you that's gonna help you be able to track your income as a barber and track your metrics, just so you could really see your business from a scope of a businessman and not just a hustler. That costs you nothing. Go join the free school group. If you guys are more interested in more of a group setting, an intimate group setting, business coaching, hit the mentorship. And if y'all need the tools that we've been using in this video below, like I said, they're all gonna be linked in the tag products in the bottom left of this video. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. As we're wrapping up this tutorial, man, right here, we're gonna see the before and afters. And here they are, man. This is what my client ended up looking like at the end. So I appreciate you guys again, and I'll catch you guys on the next tutorial. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, man. I'll see y'all soon.